Welcome to News Beacon. Armbonsherdais, Abortobanen, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. The Tumen River, once a quiet and largely overlooked border, has become a focal point in the complex web of Northeast Asian geopolitics. For decades, this river marked the edge of empires and the meeting point of three powerful nations: China, Russia, and North Korea, serving as a natural boundary and a symbol of uneasy peace. Today, the Tumen is no longer just a line on the map. It is now a strategic flashpoint in Northeast Asia, where the interests of major powers collide and the stakes are higher than ever before. As Russia's war in Ukraine drags on, Moscow has turned to North Korea for weapons and support, using the Tumen region as a vital supply route. Freight trains and convoys now move through this once quiet area, carrying not just goods but the weight of new military cooperation. The river, along with the nearby port of Rason, has become the heart of a new and growing military alliance. This partnership is not just about trade, it's about shifting the balance of power in the Pacific, and it threatens to destabilize the entire region. China, sharing a border here, has its own ambitions. Beijing is watching closely, seeking to expand its influence and ensure its interests are protected as the situation evolves. Meanwhile, Japan watches with growing alarm as a hostile bloc forms across the Sea of Japan. Japanese defense forces are on high alert, monitoring every move, aware that any escalation here could have direct consequences for their own security. The Tumen is no longer just a border, it's a symbol of shifting power, rising tensions, and the uncertainty that now defines this region. Patrols are more frequent, and the atmosphere is charged with suspicion. Tonight, we'll uncover why Japan fears this river, examining the secretive port deal revealed by satellite imagery and intelligence reports. Analysts are piecing together clues, trying to predict what might come next. We'll explore the motivations of Russia, China, and North Korea, each with their own goals, each playing a dangerous game of strategy and survival. Their actions are creating a volatile new reality, marked by military exercises, tense border crossings, and the ever-present threat of escalation. The world is watching, and the consequences could be far-reaching. This is a story of geography, power, and the ever-present threat of conflict in a divided world. The Tumen River Valley, with its intersecting borders and divided landscapes, is now at the center of a global chessboard. The future of Northeast Asian security may be decided along the banks of the Tumen. As we dive in, we'll reveal how this remote river has become a symbol of the world's most urgent security challenges, and why what happens here could shape the fate of the entire region. The Tumen River forms a natural border between China and North Korea, winding its way through rugged mountains and remote valleys. For centuries, this river has marked not just a physical divide, but a cultural and political boundary, shaping the destinies of the people who live along its banks. Yet, it's the river's final stretch, as it approaches the Sea of Japan, where its true significance emerges and the landscape becomes a stage for international intrigue. Here, at a single, unassuming point, the borders of China, North Korea, and Russia converge, a geographic choke point where three powerful nations are forced into uneasy proximity. This tri-point is more than a curiosity on the map. It's a place where history, strategy, and ambition collide. China, despite its vast territory, is blocked from the Sea of Japan by a mere 15 kilometers of North Korean land. For decades, Chinese leaders have eyed this narrow corridor, hoping for a route to the Pacific that could transform their landlocked northeast and open new doors for trade and influence. The cities and towns of China's northeast, once industrial powerhouses, now look to the Tumen as a lifeline, an opportunity to reconnect with the world and revitalize their economies. Meanwhile, Russia's short border with North Korea, just 17 kilometers long, has become a strategic asset in recent years. This sliver of land allows Moscow to maintain a direct link to the Korean peninsula, a region of growing importance in global politics. The Russia-North Korea Friendship Bridge, spanning the Tumen, is more than just a rail link. It's a vital artery for military supplies, trade, and diplomatic messages, especially as Russia seeks new partners amid international isolation. Just downstream, the port of Rason stands as a logistical hub for Moscow's Pacific ambitions. Here, Russian ships can access the open sea, supporting both commercial ventures and, more recently, the war effort in Ukraine. North Korea, for its part, controls the river's southern bank and the crucial port facilities. Its soldiers patrol the border, ever watchful, aware that their position gives Pyongyang unique leverage over its powerful neighbors. By playing Russia and China against each other, North Korea extracts aid, technology, and political concessions, ensuring its survival in a hostile world. Pyongyang's control over access to the river and the port means every crossing, every shipment, is a bargaining chip, one that can be granted or withheld to maximize its advantage. The Tumen region is not just a border, it's North Korea's gateway to influence, a lifeline for its economy, and a buffer against isolation. For the people living here, daily life is shaped by the invisible lines of power and the ever-present tension between nations. Today, this tri-border area is one of the world's most sensitive and closely watched flashpoints. Surveillance is constant, and military presence is heavy, as each nation seeks to protect its interests. The stakes here are global. Every move is watched, every decision ripples far beyond the riverbanks, making the Tumen not just a border, but a crossroads of history and power. Russia and North Korea's relationship has evolved dramatically over the past few years, moving from a cautious partnership to a bold and open alliance that is now reshaping the balance of power in Northeast Asia. What began as limited cooperation has now become a full-fledged military alliance, with both nations openly supporting each other's strategic ambitions. In June 2024, Putin and Kim Jong-un signed a sweeping mutual defense treaty, reviving Cold War-era commitments and signaling to the world that their partnership is now official and far-reaching. Under this new pact, North Korea has supplied Russia with vast quantities of ammunition and missiles, over 13,000 containers since August 2023, helping to sustain Russia's war effort in Ukraine. Ukrainian sources estimate that nearly half of Russia's frontline ammunition now comes directly from North Korea, a staggering figure that highlights the scale of this cooperation. In exchange, Russia has provided North Korea with much-needed food and oil, easing the pressure of international sanctions. But perhaps most importantly, Moscow is sharing advanced military technology, including missile and satellite know-how. North Korea's recent successes in missile launches and satellite deployments are widely believed to be the result of direct Russian technical assistance, giving Pyongyang new capabilities and confidence. On the diplomatic front, Moscow shields Pyongyang from international scrutiny, using its veto power at the UN to block sanctions monitoring and protect North Korea from further isolation. In a dramatic escalation, reports emerged in October 2024 that North Korean troops had fought alongside Russian forces in Ukraine, marking a new and unprecedented level of direct military involvement. This alliance is not just transactional, it represents a united military and ideological front against the West, with both countries seeking to challenge the existing world order and assert their own influence. The Russia-North Korea axis is now a reality, and its impact is already being felt across the region, forcing neighboring countries and the world to rethink their security strategies. The North Korean port of Rason, especially Rajin, is the logistical heart of the Russia-North Korea arms trade. Its ice-free harbor near the Tumen and Russian border enables seamless transfer of weapons from North Korean factories to Russian ships. Satellite images show a constant flow of cargo between Rason and Russian ports, with ships like the Lady R repeatedly spotted. Russia's access to Rason boosts its Pacific fleet and entrenches its influence on the Korean peninsula. For North Korea, leasing port facilities brings income, resources, and strategic importance. Rason is Kim Jong-un's bargaining chip, defying sanctions and advancing military ambitions under Russia's shield. This port is the linchpin of a dangerous new alliance. China's role is complex, both patron and wary observer. Beijing provides North Korea with nearly all its foreign trade, helping it skirt sanctions. Publicly, China claims neutrality, but the Russia-North Korea axis makes Beijing uneasy. The alliance weakens the US-led order, which suits China, but also risks instability on its border and reduces its leverage over Pyongyang. China wants a stable buffer, not a rogue North Korea armed with Russian tech. Beijing abstained from Russia's UN veto, signaling distance. China's main focus remains Taiwan and the South China Sea. It doesn't want a Korean crisis drawing in the US. Yet, China still seeks access to the Sea of Japan via the Tumen, a top priority. The deepening Moscow-Pyongyang bond could limit China's influence here. Beijing is playing a cautious, long game. For Russia, North Korea is more than an arms supplier, it's a gateway to Pacific power. Rasen's ice-free port gives Moscow a strategic alternative to Vladivostok, enhancing its Pacific fleet's reach. By investing in Rasen, Russia balances China's influence and cements its role in Korean security. Plans for new ports in Primorsky Krai show Moscow's intent to create corridors independent of China. This partnership undermines the US-led security order and forces Washington to divert attention from Europe. The Tumen is now the stage for Russia's return to the great game in Asia. The balance of power is shifting. For Japan, the Tumen River crisis is a direct threat. Russian ships carrying North Korean arms across the Sea of Japan signal a hostile bloc forming nearby. The risk of advanced Russian missile tech reaching Pyongyang could shrink Japan's reaction time and raise the stakes. Increased military activity in the region gives Russia and China more freedom to operate near Japanese waters. Hopes for diplomacy with Russia have faded. Tokyo now sees a permanent axis of revisionist powers. Japan is left with little choice but to bolster its defenses and alliances. The threat is real and growing. Japan is not alone. Threats along the Tumen have united Japan, the US, and South Korea. Trilateral cooperation has deepened, with more joint military exercises and intelligence sharing. These drills focus on missile defense, anti-submarine warfare, and maritime interdiction, directly countering the Russia-North Korea partnership. Real-time intelligence sharing helps track arms shipments and missile developments. The alliance is also coordinating on sanctions and building a broader coalition to counter destabilizing activities. The US has reaffirmed its security commitments, ensuring deterrence. The message: the Allies will not accept a hostile new status quo. The Tumen River is now a dividing line in a new era of great power rivalry. The Russia-North Korea alliance, fueled by necessity and defiance, is reshaping Northeast Asia's future. Japan faces a hostile military bloc on its doorstep, forcing rapid modernization and deeper alliances. While a formal Russia-China-North Korea alliance is unlikely, their coordinated actions undermine sanctions and US influence. China's ambiguous stance adds complexity, as it seeks advantage without direct conflict. The Tumen is a microcosm of global struggle, where Russian desperation, North Korean ambition, and Chinese patience collide. The deals and weapons here are setting the stage for the next Pacific crisis. For Japan and its allies, unity is now essential for regional security.